All right. They can hear us now. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. Sorry. As you see, we don't have our main man, Windu, here. So I'm slacking, guys. That's why we're late. That's my fault. So welcome, everybody. This is episode 9 of the Predcast, as you can see right here below me here. So episode 9 Predcast is the show where we come in, we talk about the state of the game of Predecessor, and we give our point of view and our thoughts and critique the game, and we give it the most constructive critique we can to help the community understand what's going on, but also to help the devs understand what the community wants. And we want to welcome our brand new permanent co-host, Crashy. Welcome back, Crashy. This is your second episode, and I can't wait to have plenty more with you. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody else who doesn't know who you are, which probably one person. All right, everybody else knows Crashy. All right,
cool. Yeah, for anybody watching, my name is Crashy. I am a old school veteran MOBA player, but not a Paragon player. So this experience has been really interesting to me because I'm just coming in from the MOBA perspective. I am also playing on a competitive team called Team TOS, and we just recently played in the LTS Candy Cup, which was pretty nice. We got tied for third technically because we got eliminated in semis, and that was a lot of fun. Learned a lot about the game just from that one event. Probably the most fun I've had playing Pred so far. I make a lot of content on YouTube, I stream, and yeah, I just like this game a lot. So,
nice, good to hear. And for myself, I didn't introduce myself. Sorry, I'm the Bearded Wolverine, your Michigan Wonder, and excited to be here as always. This is we got a little less content from Predecessor at this time, which is I think it's understandable at the time frame where we're at. But we still got something to kind of talk about for you guys, so I can't wait to get into it. And also, our other co-host we have here is a Medkit. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bud.
Yo, what up? Medkit here. Happy Revenant month, everyone. Still
Revenant.
So, I got a question for you, Crashy. What's your favorite role? What's your most played hero? What's your least played hero?
All right, so I've been a jungle main since season 2 of League of Legends. I've been playing jungle forever. It's what I'm playing for my team currently. So it's definitely jungle is my favorite role. My most played hero is, it's a toss-up between Chimera or Rampage. I don't know which one, actually. It's hard for me to say. And my least played hero is Gadget because I haven't played her. I've played everybody on the roster except for Gadget. I just haven't done it.
All right. Yeah. Gadget jungle when?
I mean, I can do it.
All right, there's your next video. Got it.
Be good. Yeah.
Here's why not.
What's up, yeah. Sundown and Purple Swan in the chat right now. Welcome.
All right. So as of the most thing that they put out, I mean, they did do some retweets, which I'd like to see. A retweet of reminding people, hey, get your Clary skin while you can. I think that is finished up now. I think it finished up today. I had to double check. So don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that finishes up today. So, but then you have the what do we call this, poll? Yeah, we'll call it a poll. Yeah, the poll here for which hero the community wants to have next. All right. So the options are Greystone, Twang, and FaZe. So why is FaZe the answer,
all right,
guys?
Everybody, go ahead and just type who you voted for right now. Go ahead.
Going on screen, the Reddit poll.
Who'd you guys vote for?
I typed mine in the chat. I voted for Greystone.
Greystone, okay.
Yep.
I'm a duo lane main. Who do you think I voted for?
Kwang.
Not at all.
I'm joking.
FaZe. I voted for FaZe.
Cool. So we each voted for different heroes. All right. Yep. I'm sure we have our different reasons, but
it's funny really because my reasoning comes from complete ignorance, right? Like I don't know anything.
Yeah, so right. Yeah.
I played Kwang in Overprime, like one game, and I've watched a video of Greystone. So naturally I'm gonna vote for a jungler, but I don't know if either one of them are technically junglers or are gonna be junglers or gonna be good at it. So for me, when it comes to coming into MOBAs that have history or an IP to pull from, I'm just always excited for anything because FaZe, if she comes out, cool, we'll play her, we'll see what it's like, I'll try her out. If it's Greystone, cool, I'll play it, I'll try it out. You know what I mean? So for me, it doesn't really matter. It's more about just the inclusion of the entire roster that I think is.
I'm gonna say
really
this.
Cool
I'm gonna say this now, Crashy. I think you're gonna enjoy Kwang the most.
Yeah. Yeah, his kit in Overprime was cool. So if it's
he's a solid. Well, that's the thing, right? Kwang in Overprime was my favorite Paragon hero like ever, because he had such a ridiculously fucking high skill ceiling.
Mhm.
And he's so different from Kwang from both Paragon, Fault, even well, we don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Predecessor's we don't know his passive. We don't know what his E will be. So just to kind of like recap what Kwang is like, right? Because he's different from Overprime. He has his tether, that's the same, but he can't teleport it unless you use your ultimate, which is his R.
Now,
and when he does teleport,
we also can't say it. They also might change it up. They got Deckers looking completely different. Decker's not the Decker we know of Paragon. So they might even change Kwang's kit up as well.
True, yeah. Maybe they go with the teleport on the Q anyway. Like
I'm just pointing that out so everybody understands that what you're doing is pointing out to Crashy what Kwang was in Paragon.
Paragon.
OG Paragon.
Epic Games Paragon, not Overprime Paragon.
Exactly.
So Epic Games Paragon, like right, Crashy. He was he was a strong jungler. You unlock his E. His E gives you lifesteal.
Okay.
So you can see, like in the jungle, he has a sustained, right? And then level 2, you have gank potential with your tether. And then your right click is his it's the same as Overprime, where it's like an AoE wherever your sword is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And his ultimate is different. He doesn't have a 4-cycle auto where one of them is a knockup, which, by the way, I'm one of the weird people that actually love that shit. He doesn't have a dash from Epic's Kwang didn't have a dash, but his ultimate, right? That's the teleport. And when he arrives, he explodes with all this electricity and slows around him. And if he just has a sword, he just does it around him.
Yeah.
So Kwang is that character that is like
mechanical skill ceiling character.
His identity is around his sword.
Mm-hmm.
He plays around the sword. He was meant to be a strong initiator, and he was one of the best junglers in Paragon.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I mean, so it's funny because again, without context, I just look at the character that's like, yeah, that one looks cool. You know what I mean? And then I vote for it. And it's so funny because I have to bring this up. So big shout outs to my teammate Feppy. He's our support player. He sends a message in our team chat like 2 days, maybe a day before they put out the poll. And he goes, oh my God, this hero in Overprime or this hero in Paragon looks really, really cool. I really hope that she comes out. And it's the FaZe video. And then 2 days later, they do a poll and she's winning. And so my teammate Feppy is like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
so I know he's excited.
And I showed the poll. I'll show it again real quick. The poll actually is surprisingly with as many votes as they have. They're pretty close.
Pretty close, yeah.
We got 2.6K for Greystone, 2.5K for Kwang, and 2.8K for FaZe.
You know, the funny thing is if you look at the poll on mobile, it'll tell you like further details. Like it tells you like much more accurately what the poll is. Not that it matters much, but like you can see like the 2 decimal points or something. I wonder if I can find it.
All right, that'd be interesting. But yeah, so I just here on this website, and I'm also not logged into Reddit, so maybe if I logged in, it would show me more.
It's 2. Okay, so Greystone is at 2.648K, Kwang is at 2.475K, and FaZe is at 2.792K. So it's like I don't know why mobile does that.
That's actually even closer.
I'm not that sad, by the way.
These numbers round up and round down, so where like it's actually. Farther, like it's all right. So yeah, that's actually even closer. Nice. All right. So, but yeah, I voted for FaZe just because I mean, right now we only have. I know we're gonna get Revenant, right, which is fine, which is great. I'm excited for Revenant, right? But and I think I think I'm voting. I look at it now. You vote like recency bias with it. Because like right now you only got 3 ADCs, and you see a lot of Richter support. Like it's almost like you're almost guaranteed to have like the same rotation as a dual lane. So it's like you kind of want something new. So I voted for FaZe just because I wanted to bring some spice, into the dual lane.
The dual lane,
in that situation. That's why I voted for FaZe. But Greystone and Kwang would be great no matter what. I mean, all 3 of these are going to be good for the game. I'm excited for it.
Because this is just where my mind is at. The beauty of it is that. And this comes with like a little bit of experience that I can talk about from my past. if they're on the poll, they're probably pretty close to being done anyways.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't really have to like, oh darn, the one that I voted for didn't make it.
Yeah,
like it's coming, right?
So
It's
now you got to
coming.
wait another a year and a half. It's probably the next month.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if y'all are familiar, but I used to play a MOBA called Infinite Crisis. It was a DC Comics MOBA.
Heard of it, yep.
Like Batman, Superman, and stuff in it. And I was pretty cool with one of the lead developers, and he told me at any time. Now, I'm not saying this is what Ometa's doing, but he told me at any given time they had 15 internal heroes playable, and I was like, "Dang, 15!" Like they were stacking on them, and they were just like refining them and testing them, and changing things out when it didn't work or whatever. And I was like, "Okay, so like." I kind of get the feeling that, you know what I mean? Like they're going to they have them in the pipeline and they're just working on them, getting it already. So pretty cool.
No, and I can see that being the way here as well. And that's kind of what I was thinking. I even tried to get a little information, in our partner chat that we have. I said, hey, does this mean that this is the next 3? Like this is the lineup. We're just kind of picking the order. Like, is that what's happening? And it was like radio silence in there. They didn't want to leak anything. So I tried, guys. I literally tried. I was hoping to get a little something. I got nothing. So I
wouldn't be surprised to see them going ahead and like tweet the, you know what I mean? Like the next few months worth in order or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. You never know. Could happen any day now.
I mean, and again, this is also season 2, right? This isn't this or whatever that is.
Season 2.
Yeah. This is the start of season 2. This isn't like, we still got Revenant, Shinbi and Huntress to go through, until we get there. So, I mean, we still got a little bit of time.
And I'm very excited about Huntress because I also played Heroes of the Storm, and one of her her ultimate is very similar to Vala, one of Vala's ultimates. And she's also kind of like a dual crossbow wielding. So very, very cool. Like, I don't know, it's kind of like,
it's not officially stated that.
I would actually say that almost her whole kit is a lot like Vala.
If that's not an ultimate,
that's pretty, that has to be an ultimate.
It's gotta be.
It's a visual spectacle.
Yeah, it was exactly.
So Mangoose is a huge HOTS guy, right? And we had a conversation about this when he came on. I think I was on For the Minions with him, and when they showed the video, and you could see a little bit of gameplay from her, and you see that she's got like a couple of her range attacks that she's got, her abilities. You see it, and it's like she turns into a raven for a quick second, whatever, and it's like everything. He's like, hey, this Vala has that. Vala's got this. Vala. It's like almost her whole kit is Vala, and it's like
we see 3 abilities actually.
It's very
we see 3. The ultimate, right? The big purple
the
spinneroni thing. The Raven, of course. And if you guys slow it down in the very beginning, you could see she does something with that pistol. Like she moves. So I'm guessing she shot somebody. I don't know what it does, but it's different from her basic attack, because she basic attacks right away with the other hand. It's like, you did something there.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I think she's got a really cool like just design and feel to her. It's very, I forget, I'm not a Diablo player, but they're called demon hunters, right? In Diablo, I think it's very like demon hunter-esque. I think that's right. I don't know. I might be butchering. I'm sorry, I'm not a Diablo fan, but reminds me.
I don't play either.
Dual crossbow wielding kind of cool thing.
So it brings up something. BPG brought up, says Sereth is love. I miss her so much. And then he said, and Int said Sereth fits. Int. I'm calling him Int. That's fine. Let me call him what I want to call him. All right.
No, I'm just saying at the same time as you did.
It says Sereth fits the idea of ascension, and ascension is the title of season 2, right? Or at least that's kind of like they kind of lead into. Maybe that's not the title, but that's kind of like what they kind of allude to at the end of their little post for their roadmap they kind of gave out for us. And so I think that actually makes great sense, because if you think about it, you got Greystone. Greystone's ultimate, he launches up in the air, so he ascends up in the air.
Iconic,
right? A lot of Quang's abilities are heaven-based abilities, right? So Sereth is half devil, half angel, right? The only one that doesn't fit is Phase. Phase doesn't fit in that whole ascension.
Oh, by the way, Crashy, have you ever seen Greystone's ultimate?
Yeah, I watched so what it's ended up happening is because I've been interacting with Paragon and Overprime and Predecessor content on YouTube, I'm starting to get recommended Paragon videos. You know how the algorithm is just like pumping them my way. And
That's
so when I like, like Hero Spotlight shows up, I just click on it now. I kind of can't help myself. That said, I'm not going out of my way to look at him. So yeah, like I watched the like Greystone like Spotlight, and I like watched like what he does, how he like, dives down, and like it's really cool.
Oh yeah, his ultimate is iconic, and in my opinion, let's say if Greystone were to win, I still think he would have been the most interesting hero to come out of that poll to win, just because his ultimate is such a challenge when you have Phoenix, right?
Yeah,
he effectively has 3 lives, so the challenge behind that for the dev team is, how do we change this to an active, right? Because that's the consistency with every one of these heroes. How do we make this an active? At the same time, how do we make sure we don't piss off the Greystone fan base, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do we enhance it somehow? And it has to like fit the whatever his new ultimate rework. I'm sure it's gonna get a rework because like Phoenix and the couple of problems that comes with it, right? The other thing is like, how do we?
I don't necessarily know if they're going to change it though. Sorry to interrupt you, but I don't know if they will.
Phoenix?
I mean, I get they have Phoenix, but you also have a lot of those crests that give you a blink or whatever. And so why didn't they change Fang Mao's ability to blink? You have all these other abilities that blink. I mean, I know it's not an ultimate, but I mean, like, yeah, he's got Phoenix, but like. So,
what's more appealing, a blinking Greystone or a Greystone with 3 lives? That's a third of a cat.
Great. So what's more appealing, a multi-blinking Fang Mao or a Fang Mao with Phoenix? Like getting Phoenix.
Fang Mao.
Exactly. So you get the extra blink with them. So you go to blink instead of the Phoenix. Like, so you stack up on blinks with Fang Mao. You stack up on lives with Greystone. I mean, I don't see why.
It's going to be super interesting because I was watching the most recent for the Minions, and I forget who said it, but they were kind of saying like, I like how, or it feels like a lot of people want Predecessor to just be complete remake of Paragon, and they were saying I like how Paragon or Predecessor is kind of like doing their own thing with it. So whether they stay true to it or whether they change it, as long as like everybody just kind of like goes into it with an open mind and just like appreciates the hero for whatever it is, I think that's going to be really cool. Because I think like Decker's pretty different. I think Howie's pretty different.
Howie and Chimera.
And Chimera's different. See, I don't even
look at that track record, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've done a wonderful job with these 3, especially with Decker. That's why I was like freaking out when I saw the Decker rework. How they pulled that off just blew me away. And that's when I realized like, holy shit, they can do this with other heroes that had like problematic mechanics, such as
the beauty
like
of it
Wukong.
The beauty of it is like you can bring a character back, and if it's like mostly what the character did feels like it's like you can change it while still paying homage to like the original Paragon. And again, for me, the beauty of it is I would never know the difference. So I'm just going to pick up the character and be like, hey, this is lit. So yeah, I don't know, man. I really do. I really do love what's different about this game just at a glance, like with crests and I don't know, just even like the UI is obviously a little bit more updated and such. But yeah, I think it would be a bit of a shame if Ometa didn't make their own game and, kind of like recreate the game.
And it even says that, like it was, we're saying that the point of the design MO is to capture the spirit of Paragon without being Paragon. And I always said, and I like that term, but I always said that it was like they wanted to recreate Paragon, but better. Right. And to be better, you got to make changes. You can't literally bring out the exact same thing. Right. If the exact same thing didn't work. So let's fix it. There's issues, places. Let's make them better. So
there is a sentiment that I see every now and then. And I got to be honest, it like really pisses me off. I saw like a Reddit post and I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was like, I got to ask, it was like with so much of the assets and stuff floating out, like, what's taking them so long, like, to release
Oh
stuff?
my
And
God.
I was just like, you know nothing about game development, and like they're also
I
not
hate
just
saying that.
they're not just copy pasting, right? Like
It's so
it was
fucking
I
annoying.
was so frustrated. No, I didn't even comment on that one. I was just like, okay, I concede this battle because it's so stupid. Like it's not that.
Well,
simple.
I mean, you can't have a battle of wits with an unarmed man. You know, like it sucks. I get it. But yeah, no, I've always felt like they wanted to be the most like Paragon, but also like in a better situation. And you know, and it's different. It's weird that you want to be the most like Paragon, but your also name is Predecessor, so you're supposed to be before everything. So it's like, but actually you've grown and gotten better, so you'd actually be post in that situation.
I
But
think they've already surpassed Paragon, in my opinion. That's my hot take of the day.
I think they're close. They still got some work to do. I mean, Paragon had a working store, and I could buy skins, and I could do a bunch of things that I can't do in Predecessor. So,
Yes.
right? I'm not saying it's not coming. That don't make me to be the negative Nancy here. I'm just telling you, I can't quite put it at above Paragon level yet, but it's there. I mean, it's close to it.
What level are you in game? Are you close to getting that Huntress skin at level 40?
I'm over halfway there. I don't know if I can say I'm close.
Did you see my tweet
Come
today
on,
for what
man.
level I am in game?
Are you 69?
Nice.
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 Nice. Everyone say nice.
Hey, it hit 30 today. Good job.
Bearded.
Yeah.
All right. FaZe, right?
Mhm.
She's the winner. Do you remember her kit from Paragon? Epic Paragon, I mean.
She had the beam. She had the lance, and then she had the silence or the blind.
Blind, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean that. Yeah, the blind is what I meant to say. I didn't mean to say silence. So
It was the tether / pole,
right.
the blind, and then the long range laser.
Yeah,
And
that's
then her
the
ultimate
beam.
was like a giga steroid.
Yeah. She would like spew whatever ADC was tagged like tethered with her. Just like attack speed was just increased like crazy. Movement speed,
cooldown reduction, move speed, mana regen. It was nuts. So
even a slight health regen too. I don't know if the health regen got boosted in the ultimate, but there was a health regen while tethered.
Clorox, I love you. When FaZe comes out, expect a lot of fucking mirrors in the dual lane with
When
FaZe and
any
Sparrow.
hero comes out, expect a lot of mirrors in that lane.
No. You're gonna have FaZe versus FaZe anyway, right? But what ADC that we have right now synergizes with FaZe the most?
I mean, if it's got an attack speed stem, it's definitely Sparrow.
Sparrow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Sparrow.
But I'm still going to use Murdock because that's my boy.
Well, Murdock?
Murdock's my boy. Murdock's always been my boy.
Murdock and FaZe.
Yeah, why not?
Give him even more
Yeah,
heal.
give me. Let me just shoot like crazy with that, and then also a cooldown reduction with my
Knockback.
buckshot.
Fucking slow immunity. And then the triple root doodle all over the floor bullshit. Not to mention his own blink, his own.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm going on a tangent here, but fuck.
Technically, any ADC linked to her is going to be great. Even Drongo. Put Drongo on there with a cooldown reduction, and he's going to be able to throw old Rusty even more. You know, like then the grenade rounds.
Yeah,
You give you
attack
do
speed stem for rad rounds. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god, imagine 3 gag grenades in like 3
might be
seconds.
able to get like an extra 1 or 2 more shots or something during that.
Exactly.
Holy fuck.
Right? I'm just saying, like, it's not just Sparrow. Yes, if we're looking at it literally just by minimum ADC, let's look at this. All right, yeah, she's the first one that kind of goes up in your mind, but like every ADC is going to benefit from, just like every ADC benefits from a Richter pull. A Richter pulling them into you. All right, here you go. We all get to benefit. We're all close range. Get to do what we need to do.
By the way, Crashy.
Mhm.
FaZe is so you know how an over prime FaZe is like she can lock onto enemies and pull them, and then she blurs your screen. So she's like a mid lane mage sort of in over prime. In Paragon, she was a support, who can pull allies, and her psychic flare, I believe that's what it was called. It actually blinds you. At first, the color used to be white, but then they changed it to black so people don't get epilepsy, I guess.
Okay.
So it's not a blur. It's your screen goes black, and I think you see some of the HUD, like numbers. Maybe do you still see your minimap? Intarth, help
This
me
all
out.
sounds
You know
really
everything.
fun to play against.
Okay. If you think FaZe and Sparrow is strong, wait till you see the dog on a leash combo. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Are you asking me an open
Chimera.
question?
Oh yeah.
Think about it.
I'm down. I love Chimera.
Think about it. Chimera in FaZe was so good because her link also had the secondary effect where whoever she's linked to gets health regen, and then when she casts an ability, her health regen spikes up, and that's shared with whoever she's linked to.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So imagine that on a Chimera, and then you're just in a fight. That was one of the most.
Chimera is my spirit animal.
duels.
All right, so I go Draconum and Raiment on Chimera, and then I just never die.
There was
Sounds good.
an item called Cast Converter. So what this item did was like you basically use some of your mana and you get a big burst of health regen. And then you use your abilities, so your health regen spikes even more. And then you have items that enhance health regen, so it goes even higher. There was a point where Kai was like running around with 250 health regen per second.
So it asks, who wins the poll, FaZe Yoink or Richter Hook? Who do you think gets that off first if both hit at the same time?
In Predecessor, I've seen 2 Richter polls at the same time. What happens is they just swap places.
They swap places. Yeah, it's really funny. They just like
I've seen it. I've seen it happen right in front of me, actually.
I've seen it once.
It happened right in front of me. I was like, "Oh, hey, enemy Richter, why are you under my tower?"
Yeah, but so the difference here, though, it would be the situation would be the FaZe has a ADC linked, right? Her ADC is linked, and then the Richter pulls the ADC, but at the same time, the FaZe pulls the ADC. So does the ADC just split in half? Does it become an amoeba? Like,
yeah, ping diff.
One happens after the other. It's gonna be.
It's gonna probably be ping related. Yeah.
If happens on the exact same like time, your game was gonna crash. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, for it to happen like that for his question, it would be very hard to get that to land that perfect, right? Because I do agree that ping's going to be a different situation, so it literally has to be perfect. So for that to happen, it'd be very, very hard to do.
Well, tell you what,
but
there's going to be a lot of opportunity because they're both support. They're both in the same lane, so there's going to be a lot of chances for that to happen. Let's see.
In the chance that happens, I would say FaZe wins, just because I think magic is stronger than just a physical object, which is his hook. So I think her magic with her FaZe link is going to be a little stronger for that. That's just I don't know. That's just my thought behind it.
That like perspective. Let's go into the realistic approach here. Magic versus mechanical hook. I'm pretty sure she wins that one.
When FaZe was initially designed, the dev team did mention that they wanted her to have like some psychic powers, and she can like connect to her teammates somehow.
I just want to know what her favorite band is.
I believe it's she's friends with Shinbi, and Shinbi's a K-pop fan, so it might be K-pop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm remembering from back in the lore.
fan.
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
Yeah, her and Shinbi are like best friends. So, and I know Shinbi's a big K-pop girl. So I would say somewhere around there. Dapper, what's going on?
She listens to like the Misfits and K-pop.
get that Paragon lore out of here.
And Yin was another hero that had really strong synergy with FaZe.
Yeah.
So there's three heroes I know right off the top of my head that are really strong with phase. There's Chimera, Sparrow, and Yin.
So yeah, no, I'm excited for all of these heroes coming because I'm gonna play all of them as well. Quang's my least favorite to play just because I'm just that bad at the game, and I'm not. His kit was always hard for me to understand. I never understood there's a certain me. I've always said I'm bad at the game. I don't know why you question. I don't know why you no. There's a certain way to use his kit.
Sword and press buttons.
No, that's not how that works. Because there's also lifesteal with it, and there's a way to use his lifesteal to maximize it.
So
and
complicated.
Get out of here. Buddy.
No, for real though, he had very little skill expression. So did Greystone. I would say FaZe has the most skill expression out of the three.
I am sorry to disappoint you, Medkit, but I am not good with him.
Disappointed. I'm very.
I don't know what to tell you.
I wanted Kwang.
Well, I didn't.
New offlaners and junglers, man. Dual lane is getting so much love. They're getting fucking
2 ADCs.
2 ADCs.
Repton, thank you for the first time chat. Welcome.
New support.
Stranger, how we doing?
Yes, on that lane.
What do we expect for Shinbi? Shinbi a mid?
I don't know.
Can be played mid or off lane, but mostly.
I've even seen her play jungle. Literally, I don't know what Shinbi is. Shinbi's been everywhere, besides dual lane, really.
Unless she's thinking.
Not Rebel Oasis says Shinbi's an off lane. I mean, I think, yeah.
I was really excited for Countess jungle, and I did that for about 2 days, and then I stopped.
Yeah? Not a fan?
It's just too slow. It's too volatile.
It's going to be the same with Shinbi, I think.
Yeah.
In Paragon, I mean, maybe in V42 she was viable in the jungle because of all those crazy cards, but before that, she wasn't really in the jungle. She was mostly in mid lane.
I'll just put it this way. If I'm jungling against a Countess jungle, I invade in the first 3-4 minutes and take all the farm, and then she falls behind, and then the camps start beating her up. So
yeah, she just falls
really far behind. Yeah.
You said the camps start beating her up?
Yeah, if she
so this is me as a non-jungler asking. So does that mean that the camps progress?
They level up upon kills. When they revive, they're slightly stronger.
So upon them being killed, or upon the game kills, if we're winning 10-3, they're progressing that way, or literally as often as you kill.
Upon every time they come back stronger. And I actually have footage where I was kind of perma invading an enemy Kalari, and I pretty much forced her to buy Terminus first item because she died to her 4 camp. When I went to that 4 camp, she only killed 1 minion there.
See, I didn't even know that's how the scaling worked. I just assumed it was time based.
It's on kills.
Yeah, just to put long story short, if the enemy jungler fails to get experience and the game keeps progressing, then they're going to get to the point where the jungle is just beating them up and they can't even clear. It gets really, really hard to come back when you're just
That's good information to have, because me, I've been trying for a while there. I would start my stream, and my first couple games I would jump in a jungle just to try to help me get better at the game overall. And then after I getting my ass handed me a few times in jungle, I'm okay, let's play ADC so I can actually feel good about myself, and then I would end my stream on a good note. So yeah, I didn't know that. That's information I didn't know what was going on there. So I like to know that.
One quick thing, if for those of you that are watching, the inner camps give you more XP and the outer camps give you more gold.
I've been kind of waiting for someone to make an infographic map for that, where they put it's just a map, and it's got the gold value and the EXP value on top of it.
I have something like that on Excel, but
yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure there's a spreadsheet of it somewhere. I'm just lazy. If I'm being honest, the only reason I haven't done this
I actually did it myself. It's not I have it written down on a notebook. I just went to the practice map, right? And I tried okay, let me try different combinations. Let me do red to blue, or blue for red, or red to blue, etc. As long as you get level 3, right? Because if you do red, blue, then let's say 3 or 5 camp, you're not going to hit level 3. You're going to be just there.
And I know we talked about this already, but it's still just enough to aggravate me now that you brought it back up.
Wow.
That doesn't make sense to me. Like the way the camps are lined up, that the whole XP, you get more XP with only 2 minions, doesn't make sense to me when you go into the red camp. You go to red camp, you think you kill 5 minions, you're gonna get more XP out of 5 minions than you do out of 2 minions.
I don't know the total health per camp. Maybe Tarth knows, but it's just split up. Maybe it's the same health, and it's like just split up into.
Either way, nobody's looking at health bars. You're looking at minions, right? You look at minion. Hey, I'm going to this 5-man minion camp. All right, if I kill 5 minions, right? You think about it, if you killed 5 wave minions, right, in the lane,
tiny.
It doesn't matter. You still got 5. And the other
chickens.
And the other 2, there's one small one and one big one. I don't care what you call them. You can call them pieces of pebbles. I don't care.
I've never thought about this, and now I'm kind of like, yeah, this is kind of a valid point. I mean,
yeah. If I kill 5 lane minions, I'm getting XP out of it, right? Yeah, and guess what? There's and the 5 that you could give 5 different size minions. You got a siege minion, you got a fucking melee minion, you got a range minion, right? You have different minions. You get different XP out of it, but you still know if you killed 5 compared to killing only 2. You're gonna get more XP out of it, and that's what I'm saying. Like the size doesn't matter to me. Like it's you got to change that up. Like,
someone clip that.
Size doesn't matter to me. Why would size matter to me?
Anyways, that reminds me.
I'm on the different side here.
I would like to see the camps. I would like to see the. Hold on. I would like to see the camps have like their own niche, like the way they have in Overprime. Like, you know how one camp would shield the other 2, or one camp gives you blight, or one of the camps jump up and hits you, or they're different, right? It would be pretty cool if it would be cool if at some point, if like we don't get these little, I don't know, robots with spears, we get something that looks different and they behave different. And give you like different, I don't know, different interactions. Like, for example, that one that like spits out fire in a line, so you have to like go around it. It's just a little jungle experience, but it's something, right? You know what I'm talking about? It's in the red jungle in Overprime.
I don't remember.
I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about.
Nope. I mean, if you change up the camps to be like, just to hey, this is like there's another monster here or whatever, and then maybe then you'd understand. Hey, you get red buff because that's a red buff, right? And then you go get this dragon. The dragon is always known to be more XP, right? Then you go get the 5-man camp. 5-man camp's more of a gold base, whatever, like stuff like that. You'd understand, but it's literally all the same minions. They're just different sizes. But like the size, like you said, if it was 2 big ones, then fine. I know I'm getting more XP because I'm killing 2 big ones. Right, but it's only a big one and then one smaller than that, but even then, I just like, why if it's literally just more XP, just swap them.
I think we're in the
5-man.
Like, it sounds like we're all in the spice up the jungle aesthetic.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, definitely spice it up.
I have my biggest complaint about the game is the jungle. I don't like it. It lacks verticality. It's kind of boring in my opinion. And I do not like how close some of the camps are to the off lane. Okay, for example, let's say you're dawn side, you're an off laner, you push your wave up. You can literally poke your head through that fog wall where that 3 camp is, and you get so much information for free.
Yeah.
There's no commitment. In Paragon, at least in Legacy, like, all right, I'll talk about one at a time. Legacy, right? You have to jump down and walk past this cliff and then close to the red buff just to kind of see what's going on. You have to travel there. It was between tier 1 and tier 2. In Monolith, it's the same thing, between tier 1, tier 2. In this game, that 3 camp is literally like within piss range of tier 1 tower, outside. I hate that. It's so accessible. It's like the offlaners camp.
I mean, it turns into the offlaners camp if they're stomping their lane. So
Yeah.
Well, it also depends on you get the same thing on dual lane depending on what lane you're on. I don't know what side it is, but you get the
Yeah. I know what you mean.
whatever side of the map you're on, you go up, you could poke your head and you get the 3-man camp. If you're on that blue buff side, if you're on red side, if your dual lane's on red, then your opposing's on blue. So then that would be the side that you would be able to get that.
Asterisk. Yeah, I agree. It's super cramped and it doesn't have as much verticality as Monolith or Legacy had.
But when I think of a jungle, like literally think of a jungle, you just think like you take a machete in to fucking carve a lane through. Like cramped is fine with me, right? But there's certain things that just need to happen to it, and I'm thinking just more. Like I said, like give us more. Again, we were talking about Predecessor and how they want to be different than Paragon, right? Bring your own IP in. Right, these are the same minions we played when we played Paragon. Give us something different. Give us your own flashy IP of a minion, a jungle minion. Right, make the jungle minions just stand out completely different compared to a lane minion. Right.
I hadn't really thought about it. I guess because I just didn't really have a reason to. But it would be cool to see them like at minimum replace like 2 of these camps just with like a completely new little creature thing. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to just be a little robot looking thing. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
And it could just be like literally. I mean, I'm not thinking it has to be literally like the world, our world. It could be their own little whatever they're from if they're completely different planet, right? But like when I think jungle, I'm thinking like tigers, lions, stuff like that, like panthers and stuff like that. Well, not bears because that's Boris, all right. Boris will be here eventually. Don't worry about it. But I mean, I'm just saying like stuff like that. Like give us like some kind of like jungle type animal that just yes, we got the reference.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Yeah, but I definitely think the jungle needs a revamp. So, and jungle needs a revamp. We're gonna get more ADCs. So the ADCs, that's the big thing. I think over the
phase.
We're getting phase right. Dual lane's gonna get a fix here, but besides heroes and besides a jungler revamp, what is this game needing right now, Crashy?
For me, so I'm kind of the
medkit. We already know yours. That's how you sign off every time. We already know yours.
I'm very patient with where the game is because I see the bigger picture, and I feel like a lot of people don't. Like, I think I was hanging out in the official Discord recently, and someone was like, "They really need to drop this game on console like right now," and like somebody else is like, "They really need ranked," and I'm like, "They really don't need any of that right now. We really want it, and I get it, but we really don't need any of that right now."
Yes.
And I have a hot take. I think I put this in one of my videos. The game is console ready. They could drop it on console if they wanted to. It's just wasted time, money, and effort. There's just no reason to drop an unfinished game on console. Like you're gonna delay all the patches when you do that. You might have to pay for patch certifications and waiting for all those patches to link up. It's just the game isn't ready. There's no revenue to be made on the game right now, so there's no reason to drop the game on console. So
yeah.
I don't even know the whole, like, I don't think we fully understand the process even to get a game on console. There could be so much paperwork and jumps. So I have no idea.
I don't know for sure, but I've talked with devs in the past, and like look, I'm gonna BS my way through this.
All right,
this is what I've been told. There's like tiering when working with some of these platforms, and depending on like what tier your project falls under is kind of dependent on the treatment that they will give you. If you're a really high tier project, they're going to give you fast patches. I don't think they charge you for patching, blah, 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 blah. But if you fall into like a lower tier, like maybe you're not the highest grossing game on their platform, they're going to throw you in a lower tier. It takes a little bit more time for them to verify your patch, to check to see if it's good, which slows down your patching, especially if you're a cross-platform game, because your patches have to hit at the same time. I think they sometimes will charge you for patching. So it's like, if the game's not ready and they don't want to take that leap to take on all the extra stress that's going to come with being on multi-platform, they're just not going to do it right now. But to jump back to the question, what I think the game needs right now is just continue the path that they're on, the developers, like continue all this, like the engagement that they have going on with the polls and the showing us the roadmaps and getting through the seasons. But from a literal standpoint, I want to see some changes to Fangtooth. I've been talking about this a little bit. I really don't like how Fangtooth works. I think I originally was like really hating how Fangtooth works. Now it's not quite so bad to me. But I would still like to see some Fangtooth changes.
Yeah. No, and that was on the roadmap. The Fangtooth changes. They want to do a rework on that, and I agree with you. I what I like about Fangtooth is it shows how important objectives are. It's not literally just lane, snowball, win, right? The objectives actually mean something. I just think that objective itself means too much right now. Right. And I think once you get third or fourth Fangtooth, and if you've got third or fourth Fangtooth and they don't have any, you're already like, you're at that point, it's a snowbally situation, and that it's just hard to come back from that. So I do think something needs to change with that. I think the biggest thing though, that the community is going to want here is a store. I think we need skins and stores. Like, I think we're good on heroes. More heroes always great, right? We're never not going to say we don't want heroes, right? Nobody's ever going to say that. So, and we know more heroes are coming as they come, but skins to come with them. I was a little disappointed that for this Christmas time we only got the Kalari skin. Like, I know there's other skins out there. Like Fang Mao's got a skin, Richter's got a skin. No, that's it. That we have everybody in here. That would have gave us all the Christmas skins that Epic already had released, right? And just to kind of, here you go. Win 1, you get Kalari. Win 4, you get Richter. Win 6, you get Fang Mao. Whatever, like however you want to do it. Like, you get these many wins, you unlock these skins. That's why I think they should have done something like that. And it would have caused a little more engagement. People would have been playing. People wouldn't, because you play the game, you win. You almost win your first match, right? Maybe you win your second match. All right, got my win. Play 2 games, right? Give us more, make us play even more. Oh man, I want to get that skin. Let's keep playing, And
ooh, I almost want to change my answer.
Okay, what do you got?
I don't, because here's the thing. Now, when it comes to systems like this, I know nothing about what it takes to build this. But Spectator.
Oh yeah, Gadget.
Gadget had a
Gadget had a Christmas skin. Yep.
Yeah.
Call in.
We already have had like a couple of like community run tournaments. I think like 3 that I've seen in total, and like a spectator mode. Like, the sooner we get that, the better those are going to like look, and then the more attractive the game can look competitively, and then maybe we'll pull in more players. And I'm not worried about player count or anything like that. I just think like if they have the capacity to get that out sooner than later, then that's a pretty big feature that I think would benefit the game a lot. I'm
not worried about player count. I'm worried about player retention. That's what I'm worried about. Because there's only so many. I mean, a great job with the meta, because I haven't really seen the numbers dipped very much. The numbers dipped for the holidays, but like I didn't see a crazy like dip. Like hey, they were just drastically dropping for no reason right now. So credit to them. But I don't know how long we're going to be able to be like, hey, we're just going to keep playing the game. And we're just waiting for a hero to be released. This month. That's all we're waiting for. Right, we're not waiting for much. There's going to be a balance with it, but like other than that, like what else is coming with the hero, right? So like we don't know, and there could be more. I'm just saying, like that's all we know is for sure coming is a hero and balances with the hero. Something that's going to help keep the community here is something to play for. Hey, let's play for this skin. Let's get that skin. Let's play. Now that I got this skin, now I want to play with this skin. I did that with Fault so often. I would get a skin. I'm like, man, now that I unlocked the skin, I kind of want to play another match. But it's bedtime. Like, I'll play one more. Let's play one more.
Not to pretend, because I definitely don't want to put on a facade.
I am a
gamer.
Not
to pretend that I have any insider info, because I don't. But one of the devs has told me that the competitive nights that are coming up is going to be worth it. And so that's like, because I was like, I don't know what that means, competitive nights. But one of the devs was just kind of like, just wait and see. Like, it's going to be worth it. So I definitely am looking forward to whenever they announce those, because I don't really know what they have in store for that. But I think that could be a lot of fun, especially since like me and my team have kind of like really like started to step in and play like real seriously, and we want to try to be on the top of that.
And I don't know exactly what it means either, but my personal like, hey, you tell me competitive nights, you tell me it's like a ranked situation. I think you're going to have rank mode, and it's going to be like, let's say right now you load up, you got casual play, and you got rank mode, and rank mode just sitting there locked, right? It's going to be casual nights. The casual nights, it's going to be unlocked. You play it at that time, and then it's like, all right, hey, casual night ends at midnight. All right, midnight's over with. All right, now it's locked, and it's locked until the next next competitive night or whatever, And that's what I think it's going to be. And so it's going to be just a competitive mode, like literally a ranked competitive mode that we could sit there and go and play. But I just hope, and I'm not like trying to downplay it another game right now, but I just hope they do better than Overprime did right now, because Overprime lowering their skill level to or account level to level 5 to get in, you now everybody's playing it, and it's like, well, these guys aren't good enough to play ranked right now, but it's just making the games even bad. So
I wonder if it, like, this is just a complete, I know nothing here. I wonder if it almost would be better to like release a game free to play for like a month and have ranked sitting there so everybody knows that it's there, but it's locked, and then have like ranked locked until like until further notice or whatever it says on there, and then like a month or 2 months goes by and then it's unlocked and it's like, you know, account level X required. So it's like it gives everybody a chance to like flood in and experience the game and learn the game, and then there's still like another at least mini requirement, like
that would be great,
level 30.
That would be great.
Yeah,
I'd be all about that. So hey, all the devs in the chat right now, you hear that? You know, or if you're watching this on the YouTube version, you hear, like, take notes on that. That's a great idea. I'm all about that.
I come from Pokemon Unite was the last game I was playing, and in that game you literally unlock quick matches or ranked before you unlock like quick play, like casual matches. So it's like, for me, like whenever I see like the bar for getting in ranked is like on the floor, I'm just like, please no, don't do that. Like they're not ready. They're not ready.
Getting to the Masters is so easy.
It's a participation trophy.
Yeah.
So, So, Medkit, I want an answer from you. Same question, but you can't answer the answer that you always end with. All right. I want a different answer besides your theater mode or whatever you say. Because the reason I want you to give me a different answer is because I understand your reasoning, right? You're a streamer, you're a content creator. We're all streamers, we're all content creators, right? I get it. But not everybody that's playing this game is a streamer or content creator. So I want you to pick something that's going to benefit the masses.
More crests.
More crest? Okay. All right. That'll definitely benefit the masses. All right. I got that. Give to everyone. All right. Everyone whisper Ray. All right.
Like
wait, what's going on?
Crests. I think making more crests is hard. But would be nice.
Yeah, I think more crests would be good. I mean, just because, like, I mean, there's times that I go in, like, I just feel like as an ADC main, right? I go in, I pick my ranged crest, marksman crest, you know, and then it's almost guaranteed I'm just going to pick the one with the blink just to kind of give me a better positioning spot. You know, there are times that maybe like, all right, I should have picked the one that's going to give me the, you know, get rid of the cleanse. Yeah, I picked the cleanse one, you know, to kind of get rid of something. And I was like, maybe I just didn't, because I just by habit, I picked the fucking, I think it's pacifier, the ones that gives me the relocation.
What if there was like a fourth or even a fifth option when you're evolving it?
And that's fine too. Just give me something that's going to make me feel like, you know what, I want to be something like that's not always pick this one.
Dude, I'm so bad at this. I want to change my answer again because you rephrased it for Medkit. You were like, what would benefit the whole player base? And I thought of a really good answer.
All right, what do you got?
It's like a profile, like a stat tracking match history profile. That I think would give a lot of people a sense of true progression.
Yes.
And that would probably be one of the bigger things they could implement like sooner than later. Because it would be my assumption that they're tracking the data. They just don't have it presented. So like once they build that out, that's going to give people a sense of like, oh, let me pull up and see how, you know, oh, my win percentage is this, or like my Chimera win percentage is this, you know what I mean? So it kind of gives you that sense of like, who am I in this game, right? What am I accomplishing in this game, as opposed to just like, oh yeah, I queued another 10 hours this week, you know?
Right, exactly. And now let me play devil's advocate with that, right? Because that was also something on the roadmap, is they want to give a public API. And if they give a public API, then a third party like Crashy.gg can all of a sudden, you can get all of that information from Crashy.gg, and that leaves the devs for a meta to focus on the other things like more crests or the store or whatever, you know. So just kind of giving that public API out there would be just good enough there, and then let a third party do all the work behind that, and you still have it. Now it's not going to be in game. You'll have to go to that .gg or whatever, and you could do it there. But I know there's plenty of people in the community that are willing to do something like that. I already know of they did one. It was called Fault Metrics. I don't know if the name's going to change or not with Fault being down, but I know those guys there are already working to work with both games.
Oh yeah. There's definitely there's a whole host of hungry web devs out there, right? Like I've seen probably 6 or 8 like item sites already, and that's good, right? Because that means there's like friendly competition between the web devs. The cool thing is one of the sites that I've seen recently, I don't want to show too much bias or favor here. One of the sites that I've seen recently is made by a guy who used to make a site that I used back in Infinite Crisis days. And the best I'll say, because again, I don't even want to over promote here, is that he did really good work. So like I know that there's like talent out there for web dev and for implementing APIs and stuff like that, and that's going to be fun to get my hands on, because I just play, right? I don't do nothing special. I don't know how to program or do nothing like that. So once I can get my hands on some cool tools and resources like that, it'll be a good time.
Ometa is such a good name for a public API. Ometa, OMETA.
Oh, I like that.
Oh yeah.
So, wait, we're good. So I know this is your first time as a full-time host, but I respect what you just said, but don't hesitate to help promote other people, because we're here. Like, we bring guest hosts on, we allow them to promote themselves. So if you got somebody out there that's doing great work, promote them. You give them that shout out. Don't worry about that.
Check out predecessor.pro, because that's the guy who's making that website, or him and his team that are making that website, used to do really, really good work in the past. And I kind of actually, I like slightly steered him in the way of this game. I was like, hey man, you should check this game out. And he was like, oh yeah, this game looks cool. I'm going to make a website. And then now he's launched it in beta recently. So it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do, because like I said, I've just used his sites in the past. So it'll be cool.
I got a shout out as well. Shout out to Pred Tools, to Limit and Noxious, and they're a gang of devs there. Awesome work.
Bet.
All right. Nice. Yeah. And anybody, I don't know any right now that are doing these. So the more as they come, and if you guys have somebody in chat, people that are making these websites, because it's not like this third party is the best third party. All the third parties are doing the work. They're all putting stuff behind it. So they all deserve the promotions, right? Oh, yeah. I just don't have them all out there. So, give them to me, send them to me, and we'll shout them out, right? Once we see them out, hey, this one's great for this. This one's great for that. This one's great for this, whatever, And there's probably going to be one that comes out on top, and it's going to be the one that's going to be we all go to. It is what it is, but, they all deserve a good shout out, because they're doing the work. And us as the gamers, we appreciate it. So, yeah, so don't ever hesitate to promote anybody here. We're all about that. Got a platform here. Let's use it. But can I post a link to the site? You don't have the ability to post a link, but you can send it to me in either DMs on Discord or whisper here, and I can post it. And then I am Boogie. Says, how about buff, tankiness, and nerf damage? So how about a tank? How about a tank not being down to putting out so much damage, but being tankier? What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, I could. It's interesting, because we have a really what feels like a really heavy CC meta, and there's like some prevalence with like Richter, Steel, and Rampage that comes out, and it's funny because a part of me feels like it's like half the design of the characters, but also some of the items. Like, I think Dynamo is ridiculous. And I don't know how to look into that and say like, oh yeah, this for sure needs a nerf, but it feels like Dynamo needs a nerf. Like, it just made that item just does so much damage, I think. So yeah, I can say I definitely think Steel needs to do less damage. But yeah, maybe like more tankiness, or like increase the stats of some of the tanky items and maybe pull some of the damage out. I think that could be interesting.
Yeah, I think because I'm okay with that too, because I also feel like the time to kill in Predecessor is a little fast. So making the tanks actually feel like they're tanks would be good. I do feel like you'd have to do exactly what Boogie said, though, is you'd have to bring their damage down to make them tankier and also do the same damage, just to kind of like well, what's the point of being anything else? Let's all play tank, and just do what we got to do. So yeah, you got to have that give and take there. But I'm all about it. And yeah, I'm saying that as an ADC main, right? It's taking forever to kill this guy, but like that's their whole point. Like they're there to be a tank. So I'm all about it. Let me a whisper. Let me a whisper. Oh, all right. So this is the redbuff.gg is the one that Wild Throw is the one that was doing fault metrics. So him and his brother, I think, were the ones that did fault metrics. So this is redbuff.gg. They're doing another one as well. So,
name.
Right?
I do too.
So that's what I'd love to see as well. I'd love to see these, names that they come out with, like these third party names, like they tie in. I believe the redbuff.gg, I believe they're going to try to do both. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. I haven't talked to Wild Throw in a while. I believe they're trying to do both for Predecessor and Overprime. So if you are a fan of both games, this could be your one-stop shop in a sense. Yeah. No, I'm just excited to see the game grow. I know, and I agree with you, Crashy. I played Fault. I came in, I played Fault. I went through Fault for the over 2 years that it went through. I understand it's growing, how long it's going to take, whatever. So I'm patient in this situation. I have no worries about it. But I also, by going through Fault, I know where the community can get impatient and be wanting more and give us more and what's this and what, and not be happy when we do get something. It's not like, oh, that's all we got. Like, we waited this long, give us more, so I just don't want the community to get that way. And I'm hoping that we can, just kind of giving those little teasers here and there can kind of help build that. And I think that's what we were kind of saying last episode is just kind of give us, with the release of Countess, it just didn't feel like the teaser we got when we got the hero breakdown of Decker, right? Here's Decker, here's her video of her kit, all right? Now here's a breakdown of her kit, That's kind of what I want. I want that same thing. I want Revenant to have, hey, here you go. Here's a video of Revenant's kit. Here's a breakdown of his Revenant's kit, and you can break that up throughout the week. And then we're getting
highlight.
Yep. And then we're getting more as we go. And it's not just like, all right, here's one video. That's what you get. Just because, what is it? Like when you eat something, right? The slower you eat, the fuller you get, right? Mm-hmm. So if you just give us something, so here we go. It's not a big bite, but here we go. It's just here's his hero kit. All right. Here's his hero. Here's his kit breakdown. You're gonna get fuller off of that than you are just like, here's one video, eat it all. I
definitely get afraid to say what I'm about to say because I hate to push what might be unrealistic expectations. But I would love to see them just like randomly on one of these hero release drops drop like 2 heroes. Right, like, I don't want that to be the norm because I think it would be comfortable for them to set the status quo, but then to break the status quo because they could. That would really shake things up and make people excited. Not even really a necessity, but just I don't know, like maybe 5 heroes from now, just they're like, oh yeah, such and such heroes coming next, and then they drop. Let's say they drop Serath on us, and then they drop Serath and Terra, right, or something, and we're just like, whoa, we weren't ready for that. Like, I think having that shock factor just every now and then. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about a good surprise, right? Oh yeah.
But we knew Countess was coming, and that's where but even though we knew where she was coming, we still could have got a kit breakdown and then the showing the videos. Definitely. And I think that's another thing they missed is you didn't show
that picture. Maybe, I don't know
which picture.
Remember they made $20 million and it was on that wallpaper.
Oh, it's
Countess,
okay.
Aurora.
So
that could be the surprise. I don't know.
You never know.
Could be, but I mean, I get what you're saying. I'll get back to that, Crashy. But what another point I was saying is with the showing the kit breakdown, hey, this is this ability. It would help the new people understand when they go in. All right, that's what I'm doing here, right? Because you pick up a new hero. Better. You pick up a new hero, you're like, what? Oh, I'm gonna hit her E. Oh, that's what her E does. I'm supposed to do that while I'm doing this. Like, you don't understand that, right?
All right, I'll one up it even better because this now I feel like I'm tying in something bigger than that. Take Robbie, right? And have him go in on an internal build and do almost like it's like a YouTube video of himself. This is the character. She's coming out in a week. Let me show off her kit. And then he just sits there and plays. And nobody else can get their hands on her, but he sits there and explains the character and talks about her and what he thinks she's good at and where, just like it's a YouTube video, but it's coming straight from Ometa. And then what do we do? What do we do as content creators? Oh, Crashy reacts to RGSA, playing XY hero, right? And then now we have content from Ometa that trickles down into content to the community that is all hype building for when that character does come out a week later, 4 days later.
And I'm not opposed to, because I know Robbie plays, I'm all about that. But you also have the content creator guild. You could have us, 10 of us jump into a game and we could all play it, and we could do the little and they can have, Robbie just kind of, we're all in comms together and Robbie's sitting there breaking down the kit as we're all playing and have a good time. And we get video of that, and we can sit there and do that as well. So yeah, I'm all about that we can do more with this. All right. The Countess release, let's not do that again. Let's make it better. All right. You did good with Decker and Chimera. Then we step down with Countess. Let's get back to the doing better and let's just keep getting better.
Yeah, I had fun trying to dissect what her mystery passive would be, though. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Tell Crashy where is the Unite tier list?
I don't play that game anymore. Leave me alone. Let me be free.
Yeah, he's trying to get away from that community, man. Let me be free. Don't bother him.
All right. Int asked me. I have to ask you. Do you feel Pred and or OP are doing better than Fault as standing their ground and holding players? Yes, I feel like both of them are. And the reason I feel both of them are is because both of them didn't have the issues on release that Fault had, right? And Fault had a lot of issues on release that actually had nothing to pertain to them. Like literally, I think what Google got DDoSed or some big actual website got DDoSed, which fucked up everything for for the Amazon AWS, whatever, which so the servers went down, caused issues, and it made it look like Fault couldn't even release on their servers, and so it just got a big negative release, right? So that didn't happen to Pred and Overprime, so they're already doing better in that regard, and that initial start for Fault ruined them. So yes, the answer is that.
Was Fault ever free to play?
Fault did become free to play, yes.
Okay. I just think a lot about the way that I've been kind of imagining it in my head is that really the big goal for Ometa is just whatever this, X amount of dollars that they have investment in the bank, for payroll, for everything that they have to do. That money is like a clock that's just ticking. Right. And every day that goes by, they may be making sales on bundles, but they're not generating revenue because there's no shop. And so getting a shop in the game would be great for starting to generate revenue. But the biggest goal is getting the game free to play ready. So that way, when they do open the floodgates, that's when they give people the first impression. That's when people decide whether or not they want to keep playing. That's whenever they have the option to invest in the shop, because by then the shop's going to be in the game. And that's like the big, huge moment for Pred. It's like between now and whatever that is. I don't know if that's 6 months from now. I don't know if it's a year from now, year and a half. But that is truly their goal. And so I'm looking forward to it because I like what I see so far. Obviously, it's just about continuing to put in good work, continuing to communicate, and then it just comes down to proper management and talent, right? Like the developers they're very talented. I can see that much just from what the game is. So yeah, just keep working hard, keep putting in the good work, and we appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to when that day comes.
They are very talented, but the only thing I can't say that they're talented on is only because I haven't seen it yet, and that's skins.
Yeah, we have to see what the art department.
We got to see what the art, the 3D, department, all that stuff can do, to make these skins, because as much as we don't want to say that they're competing, but they are competing. We can compare the two. They're both MOBAs. Blah blah blah. Overprime skins are, oh my gosh, they're insane.
Skin?
Yeah,
that Rampage skin.
Their skins are there, right? And so that's something we as Predecessor fans, we need to see skins like that as well. And so I'm waiting to see that. And that's kind of another reason I said store to kind of keep these people in or whatever. I want to see some skins like that. Like they did release something forever ago, which was the Jailer Murdock skin. And that skin was great as well. I understand that it wasn't working properly, so they kind of took it out. So I can't wait for it to come back. I hope it comes back. That skin was, and plus I'm a Murdock fan. So like, yeah, that's got to be my skin. Let's go. But so.
Do you remember the pumpkin head Murdock?
Yeah. Yep.
That was from Halloween.
Yep, that was one of his Halloween skins.
Yeah, from Legacy.
Yep.
I like that skin.
All right, we are getting to our time here. All right, we kind of shoot for an hour. We're a little over that hour, but we had a great conversation. So let's start off with our closing remarks. Anything you want to say to the community or the developers there, Crashy?
I mean, I think I've said a lot of what I think about like the game's current position. I think we just have to keep a steady head on our shoulders, right? Or like a level head on our shoulders, remember where we are exactly, but also continue to give the feedback. That's what they're here for, and to listen to and to, adapt to the changes and stuff. I think that I personally, for me, I want to see a little bit more of a meta, like in terms of their person. Like I want to see them maybe on streams more, and not maybe just even playing, but just like talking about, like when they announce season 2, talk about it or just a little bit more from them. I actually think they communicate great.
A dev stream. Give us a dev stream.
But dev streams every now and then are always super, super fun. But I'm definitely just looking forward to what they got coming, and we already still have so much that's like pending with season 1, and we're putting the time in as players to grow and adapt with it. But there was like a Reddit thread recently, and it was like asking about the state of the game, and I kind of just replied, I kind of want to share that sentiment that I had stated on that thread, where it was just like, hey, look, we're here like really early. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like we're here really, really early, and so like player numbers and even sometimes player retention for me, it's like it's just not like the most important thing in my mind. Like I want to see it do well now, but realistically, I want to see them knock it out of the park whenever the day comes that they have the free to play launch, because that's whenever people like they don't even have to think about whether or not they want to try the game. They just try it. And I am also curious what the inevitable like business model will be, and that's going to come in time whenever the shop releases the full business model, where we know exactly like what everything costs and stuff. So I personally already own 2 accounts on the game because I don't want to miss out on these bundles. So I'm looking forward to hopefully maybe they do another sale and I can like pump people onto those bundles, because I really still think even now they're worth it. I wouldn't miss out on that. So that's my thoughts, and looking forward to more from the dev studio. Looking forward to Huntress. I think Huntress is a big one for me too.
Yes,
because I want to see what they can do with the character. That's really important. Like it's the same thing that you said with the art team, but this is like the kit design, right? The hero design team. What can you guys do? Let me see.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. And just so you know, Ray did ask you a question directly, but it's something we're gonna save for that for the next stream. All right, it's a little topic we're gonna have for the next one next week. All right. So Medkit, what do you got for your closing remarks?
Let's see. Message to the community. Let us know what hero you want to see in Pred besides the ones on the poll. Could be anyone. Let us know. Message to the devs. Happy Revenant Month. Thank you so much for all the great work you do. We all appreciate it, and we're all rooting for you. We love your game. And I would love it even more if we get theater mode, please.
Did you see what In said? In said, take a shot at if Medkit message theater mode, and Clorox like, I'm not trying to die.
I'm not trying to die.
All right. Yes. So, message to the community again, like Crash just said, stay patient. Stuff's coming. We're not literally just going to come out here and all of a sudden be done. The devs are grinding, they're working, and it's going to be great, right? So, and what Medkit said, it's Revenant Month, right? So, we're definitely going to get some Revenant gameplay here somewhere in this month. Don't know exactly when. We'll see. And but to the devs, keep up the great work. I'm excited to see what you got. I'm hoping that we get to see what your art team can do with the skins and stuff like that, because I was excited about Jedi Murdock forever ago, but that's all I've seen for years now. So I want to see some more. Other than that, Crashy, where can people see you at, find you at?
Hey man, probably the best things to follow are Twitter /Crashy, YouTube /Crashy. I just do a lot of posting, and yeah, that's me.
All right, perfect. Medkit, where can I find you at?
YouTube and Twitter.
Right.
But I forgot one last thing about my message to the devs. Now, hear me out, right? This will be pretty crazy. But what if we get FaZe, Greystone, and Quang together?
I mean, I really doubt they would do it, but it would be super cool.
It would be so cool, dude. But yeah, YouTube and Twitter.
All right.
That's where you'll find me.
Perfect. All right, and you can also find me here. If you're watching live, you already know where you can find me. All right, so here we are. If you're watching on YouTube, it's the Bearded Wolverine on Twitch. But you can also find me on YouTube. Again, the Bearded Wolverine. I will get that going again. I was away. I had to go to St. Louis this last week, so no content made for me. So I'm trying to get back into that grind here soon. But other than that, if you guys are watching this live and you showed up late or whatever, you can catch the whole show over on Windu the Mace's YouTube channel. And that's going to be posted, we believe, Wednesday around noon. All right. If anything happens, it might get posted a day later or whatever. But that's what we try to shoot for, Wednesday at noon. But I hope you all had a great time here. We had a great one. So thanks for all hanging out. And we will see you next week. Peace.
Later, guys.